What's happening, guys? Cap over here, and welcome to our week 1 battle, our debut in the WSS as we're taking on Frosty Kones, the man, the legend, the season 1 champion. He's the coach of the awesome Aggrons, and I think everyone else knew that he was the season 1 champion except me. I'm pretty sure I just found out until Friesland had told me, and I was like, oh boy, I'm nervous. That really brought in the nerves. But for those of you who want to check out his side of the battle, be sure to look in the description down below. Click on the link and it'll redirect you to his side. As you can tell, Houdini's excited about our debut. He's squawking away, And yeah, if you want to do that, that would be awesome. You can send some top kex or some top cap love over there. And yeah, for those of you who've been a long-time fan of the Toronto SwaBlu Jays and have been tuning in every week, thank you so much for that. You guys know what's happening. You guys know what's up already. You guys know the rhythm of the rhyme, I guess, the rhythm of the dance, something like that. But for those of you who are just joining us today, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and introduce yourself in the comment section down below. I'd really love to interact with you guys and really say hi and thank you so much for joining me today. I would really enjoy that. And for those of you who do not want spoilers, be sure to mute it at this point because yeah, just enjoy some cereal, enjoy some food, some music. No fapping allowed. That is not allowed. I know some people out there are just fapping away, and I don't even know how that happened. So it's just like, oh, what? Who does that? Who does that? But anywho, today we got a 6-0 victory over the awesome Aggrons, and that is fantastic for us because that's a big confidence booster in terms of the draft that we got, and it's a good confidence booster when you get a 6-0 victory, pick up your first victory in week 1. There's a lot of check marks that we ticked and a lot of things that we achieved, you know, execute the game plan as followed. Get a victory in week 1. Show that you're in here to insert dominance with a 6-0 victory. Sure, yeah, I guess that's somewhere down the list or whatnot, but yeah. Anywho, I don't like commentating over 6-0 victories because it makes me sound cocky, and it's sort of boring for me to commentate about because a lot of these scenarios happened or pre-happened in my head, and I was like, alright, if this happens, then I'm going to do this. If this happens, I'll do that. And I didn't really have to divert from the plan that I had. It was just me playing safe and me playing, just playing middle ground plays throughout the whole game, and just, you know, things happened, stuff went down, and I was just like, alright, this is cool. So I'm going to talk a bit about the 4 mods that put in a lot of work this game. 2 of the mods did not hit the field at all, that being Zygarde and Buzzwole. Boost. None of that. That's not going to happen at all. So that being Jolteon, Moltres, and Registeel, and Sylveon. Those 4 Pokemon allow me to build up a lot of momentum in ways that I sort of wanted them to do. He didn't have any ground types or any ways of absorbing Volt Switching without getting a bad matchup. And that allowed me to build up a lot of momentum. Choice Specs, Volt Switching, put down a lot of things. I see a Stellar's J out there. It's a sign. The SwaBlu Jays are out here. I'm commentating about it. That is 2 of them. What? Oh my gosh. That's a sign right there. I'm just looking out my window and I see two burps just chilling there. 2 Stellar Jays. So that's pretty cool to see. But anyway, back to the game and whatnot. Houdini's excited about that. So am I. More excited about the game, I guess. Alright. Focus, Cap. Focus right on the match. So Jolteon was such a big mon in this match because it allowed me to pivot, it put in a lot of damage, and it just gave me matchups that I really needed and wanted. It took down Celesteela, it put pressure on Sableye, it put pressure on Zone, Alolan Ninetales, Mantine, and Scizor. Pretty much all the mons out there. Moltres was a really good check to Celesteela. It was a check that I didn't really imagine it would be, so that was awesome to see. And I do believe it got like 6 U-turns or something. That's a lot of momentum on my side because it allowed me to switch into Registeel and Sylveon. Sylveon allowed me to have Clerk momentum, so what that means is that I could either Heal Bell, keep my team healthy, or I could Wish Pass into something, and that was something that was really awesome. I don't think it fired off a Hyper Voice or anything like that, and it was just pretty much just a solid Clerk to take on Mons and keep my Jolteon and Moltres healthy, which is something that really paid off in the long game for me. Registeel provided that Stealth Rock support. It was one of the matchups that I really wanted, so if Manton came along this match, I was predicting that I would carry Defog. And for that reason, I didn't think I would need any hazard control because he'd be forced to go for Defog, and I could just simply set up a Toxic or a Defog, and that was sort of the jizz of the game. If you brought a Magneton, Magneton cannot do a lot of damage on a Registeel that's specially defensive, which in the long game I could just go for the Earthquake, 2-hit KO it or 1-hit KO it, depending if you had the Aurora Veil on or if you was Eviolite. Either or, I think it was pretty much a 1-hit KO. So those scenarios happened, and I was like, alright, that's cool, that's awesome, that is fantastic. And that's what sort of resulted with the 6-0 victory. It was a lot of, you know, scenarios happening that I sort of thought about in my head, and I didn't really have to divert from it. So GG to Frosty Kones. Bit unfortunate, bit unlucky, because, you know, when you come up with a game plan and the 6 mons that you bring in really put in that sort of work, it is at a certain degree a bit of luck. But yeah, I can't discredit myself for that. I think I played a pretty good game. I brought in mons that, you know, had a good matchup, and I didn't have to divert from it. So from my team building perspective, I was happy with it, the 6 mons that I brought in. And yeah, next week we're going to move on to our second week battle. Pretty nervous about that, as always, because now we're going to have a big target on our back. We're officially known as the team that 6-0'd the champs of Season 1, and that puts a pretty big target on your back. That puts everyone at like, oh boy, he's real. He wants to play. He really, really wants to play. Yeah, so, but moving on forward, we just got to take this as our week 1 game. We only picked up 1 victory this week. We didn't pick up 6 victories. We didn't pick up 2 victories. It's just 1 victory. Our differential is great, but like I said before, we can easily go 1-1, and that's something I do not want. We want to pick up another victory next week. So moving forward, we just got to take it 1 week at a time. Our last week was something that we got to put behind us and move forward and really pull off another great game once again. As always, show up for the game and the games and whatnot. Hopefully we can get into playoffs, and this really puts a really good step forward in terms of that. But we've got some tough games ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much for joining us today, as I'm gonna get going. So thank you so much for watching. I know it's a short one, but I'll catch you guys later. Peace.